Hello and welcome to day 5 of Star Citizen's Fleet Week. It is Anvil Day. It's quite busy in the Expo Centre. My frame rate is relatively low. I think it's because of the amount of moving NPCs everywhere as well. Of which there are... Oh, wow. What is going on here? 1 second. What? We couldn't find coffee vendors before. Now, we've got loads of them. They just don't want to serve you. Weird. Okay, so lots of NPCs around. I think probably a few more than they had intended. But it's Anvil Day, so we've got things like the amazing CARRACK, which I very much recommend you try out. So let's have a look around the expo hall, see what's available, and then we'll jump into the RSI website and see how much it all is and if there's anything else interesting. So we've got the Arrow. That is a light fighter. It is actually pretty good fun. They did nerf it a while back, but it's fast, it's agile, it's got solid weaponry. Yeah, it's a quintessential sort of light fighter, and I love the way it folds up as well for a lighter sort of footprint. Definitely one to try, the Arrow. I think it looks beautiful as well. And we've got a couple of Pisces over here. So I assume this is C8X on the right. Yeah, so you've got the C8X. So Pisces is effectively a snub ship, but it does have a quantum drive. And the C8X is a basically a Pisces with an extra set of weapons. So instead of just having 2, it's got 4. It's got a little room at the back for passengers or cargo, or apparently a load of NPCs as well. And then you've got the C8R Pisces, which is the medical variant. So in the back, it actually has... apparently it only lets me rent it. Do I have to go right up to the... I do. To the open button. See in the back of these, it actually has a medical bed. Boop. So you actually got a medical bed and you can sort out some people's injuries there. And then with the standard Pisces, it's not an awful starter ship. If you want something just as a shuttle to get to other missions. It's got a little bit of cargo, a couple of passenger seats. But certainly one to carry with you in the verse on maybe a larger ship. And then you've got the CARRACK. CARRACK is a massive sort of top-tier explorer. There are other top-tier explorers that sort of expand the gameplay sideways with the Odyssey, which is yet to be available. But the CARRACK, sort of like a fantastic navigator and explorer, and if you want to find interesting jump points and explore them and sort of scan stuff down, then that's what the CARRACK's for. Long-distance expedition, scanning stuff down. It's got a load of cargo room. It's super military-centric as well, so it's got a load of armament, armor, and extra frills to sort of protect you. It's got a drone bay as well for some scouting drones, assumedly. But I absolutely love the CARRACK. It is massive. It is a monster. It is very expensive to purchase, but I think some people are going to want it. Definitely check it out during Fleet Week. You'll be a fool not to. Make sure I'll rent one with this guy. I'm not sure if I've got one on this account. Free. Get it for 48 hours. Can't argue with that. But yes, that ship's absolutely massive. Let's run off into the other hall, and then we'll have a look downstairs in the holosuite. Oh my god. There's just so many NPCs everywhere. Why are there so many? No wonder I've got low frame rate at the moment. Wow. That's crazy. So what do we have in this expo hall? So we've got some Hornets here. We've got the F7A, I believe, is straight in front of me. So this is not available to the general public yet. It is the military version of the Hornet, and very much going to be featured in Squadron 42. You will be able to get it in Star Citizen's Persistent Universe in the future, sort of featuring lots of very powerful weapons. And it's basically a Super Hornet with some more military stuff on it, but only a single-seater. And then you've got the F7C, the standard Hornet, sort of has a cargo pod in the back instead of that sort of ball turret mount. here we have, I believe, a Valkyrie. So the Valkyrie, absolutely fantastic dropship. Can carry a load of players and vehicles, and it's got a load of firepower to back it up. And so sort of assault places like Jumptown or kind of whatever assaults you had in mind that includes vehicles and players, the Valkyrie's got your back. Very cool looking. It's got some side weaponry as well and that sort of jazz too. And now we've got the Lightning. So this is the F8A. This is the big, heavy fighter that is probably my favourite fighter in-game. I say in-game. It sort of flies around during Fleet Week. We can see it here, but it's not available for players to use yet. Concierge, some like higher tiers of Concierge will be getting this ship as sort of part of being Concierge in the future. You will be able to buy your own eventually, or get access to them by getting to a certain stage in Squadron 42, and then you'll have access to them or be able to purchase them in the persistent universe. So remember that. That's how you're going to be getting this bad boy. I really like it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. On paper, it's just loads of giant guns facing forward, heavy brawler, loads of very powerful weapons. I think a lot of people, it's going to be their favourite fighter, for sure. Yeah, very much looking forward to it being in game. There's so much gun. It's got so much gun. Ball turrets, lots of underslung guns. Yeah, fantastic looking ship, and they sort of bespoke missile pods on top as well. Let's jump out and look at the, is it the Hurricane? I think with the Hurricane over here. So this is a heavy fighter as well. It's not as durable. It's pretty fast, and the idea is that it's got a giant turret on top, so it's two-seater, and you have one player basically in that massive turret shooting, well, behind the ship, in front of the ship, wherever. Very, very, very powerful loadout. Lots and lots and lots of big gun. Is it four size 4s? I think it's 4 size 4s. Might be bigger. But yeah, sort of heavy fighter by weaponry. But yeah, I'm so in love with the F8. Right, let's run down into the holosuite. I've just realised that I've clearly missed a load of ships in the main hall. So we've got the Hawk here. So the Hawk is sort of a light fighter, but it's also a bounty hunter ship. So it's got loads of little guns on it all over. It's got some very good visibility. You can sort of see under the ship as well from the pilot cockpit. And then in the back, you can carry a friend or someone that you want to put in the little prisoner pod. It's got a little prisoner pod there. I really like the idea of it. Sort of single-person bounties, one at a time. Then over here, we've got a Terrapin. So the Terrapin is sort of like a scanning, reconnoitering ship, but it's pretty tanky. So you're going to be able to use this to scout out nebula and dangerous areas, or maybe an enemy fleet. It's got little vents that can open up on the top as well, but it's super armoured is the idea, and very good at scanning. Do you like the idea of the Terrapin? Haven't really found a use for it in-game, even though it is flyable in-game now. I'm sort of waiting for scanning and that sort of stuff to be more important and more developed. I suspect we've got some other ships on the other side of the hall, which I did not mention. So we also have the Gladiator. So this is probably one of the most underused and not talked about ships. It is a fighter bomber, and I just don't see it in the verse at all. Yeah, I think it's a cool looking ship. I think it's going to certainly have a lot more of a purpose in the future. I think it's going to be seen a lot in Squadron 42. But yeah, it's a very, very criminally underused fighter bomber. I suppose it's because it's not the meta at all, and it never has been to use one. Interested to see it used a bit more in game, maybe? Get a bit of balance. Right, let's check out the Holo Suite. So it's not just the Holo Suite, because there's actually some ground vehicles downstairs as well. So we've got the Spartan and the Centurion here. So the Spartan is a APC. It's got room for a load of players inside. It is an armoured chassis for that. It's got a bit of gun on top to sort of be able to give you some light protection. I quite like both the Spartan and the Centurion. So the Centurion, anti-air. It is just got a load of guns, and it's conventional weaponry. So pew pew pew, lots of stamina, sort of trying to take down air targets or shoot down their missiles or whatever that are coming towards you. Same sort of base chassis for both of those. And then we've got the Ballista as well. Again, same chassis and mostly anti-air, but it goes for missile loadout for the most part on its sort of a back rather than the big turret. All very cool ground vehicles. Looking forward to seeing them used a lot more in-game once we have more reasons to use ground vehicles. So, downstairs and in the Holo Suite, we have the Liberator. So, this is a alternative to a Kraken for a transport ship. It looks a bit like a sort of a assault craft used in like World War II or whatever. But the idea is that it can carry a load of ships on top and inside, vehicles, marines, loads of stuff. And you'd use this primarily for transporting ships and vehicles and people around the verse, all sort of together. It's in concept at the moment. A lot of people are very excited for it. I think it's going to be coming out soon. I think maybe it's going to be a little longer. Now this is a little sort of attachy craft. It is the Legionnaire, and it sort of hacks the docking points of ships and then flies up to them, docks onto them, and this is just a dude standing in there. And then your marines come out and assault them. Very cool ship. And then finally, what are you? What do we got here? Oh, it's the Crucible. I couldn't tell from that angle. Crucible, repair ship. Basically, it's got a little hangar bay internally that's sort of like a medium fighter can get in and be repaired. But it also has arms that will come out to be able to repair larger ships. Looks a lot more feasible now that we've got things like the salvage multi-tool being able to actually repair stuff. So probably in a similar way. Although originally it was going to have like lattices, and build lattices around capital ships, and then you could work on them from those. We'll have to see exactly how the larger scale repairing works with these crucibles. But I'm looking forward to it being in game. Let's jump on the website and see what's available. I suspect pretty much all we've seen and more. So what is available today, May 23rd, for Anvil Aerospace? So we've got the Arrow from $75. That's an alright price, I suppose, for it. I mean, I'm much more in the sort of... I like the Avenger Titan. I think $55 for that ship. Upgrading your standard pledge by a little bit to get it is a great idea. We've got the Blister, $140. CAR Pisces, $65. Standard, well, I say standard, C8X Pisces, $45. We've got the CARRACK, $600. That's quite expensive, but it is a big ship. And it does have room for one of those C8 Pisces of whatever sort of flavour you want, and a little Explorer Rover Boy, so you can take a ground vehicle as well. We've got the Centurion, $110. Pretty expensive for a ground vehicle. A lot of this stuff, I'd say, just get in game. And then we've got the Crucible, $350. It is concept. That powerful, I say powerful, very, very sort of high tier repair ship. Mobile repair platform is what it's deemed as. But as I said, it can repair larger ships with its sort of arms, and then ships can come inside it and sort of get repaired and rearmed and refueled there as well. You've got the F7C Hornet, $110. Not my favourite flavour of Hornets. You've got the Wildfire, which is basically different loadout for it. It's just a load more armament. You've got the Super Hornet. Interesting because it's a sort of very good brawler fighter Super Hornet. Lots of firepower on it, and it's got 2 seats. And then you've got the Hornet Tracker, which is F7C R. better at tracking and scanning. And you've got the F7CS Ghost, which is harder to detect. Then you've got the Gladiator, $165. Maybe that's why it's not used in the game that much. Very few people have bought it. It's quite niche at the moment for its roles. Got the Hawk, $100. Light Fighter, it's very focused on bounty hunting though. Got the Hurricane, $210 with its 2 seats and that giant turret on top for your gunner to use. Got the Legionnaire, that dedicated boarding vessel, but yeah, it hacks and then will go to a ship's docking port. $120 there. Very much concept still. Liberator, $575 concept ship. Very cool looking though. I think a lot of people are excited by the Liberator, and there's loads of rumours about it at the moment. Like, is it going to be? Are Cloud Imperium working on it, and is it going to be done soon? I don't think it's going to be done soon. I mean, you might see it at like the end of next year if you're lucky, if they are working on it. But you can take loads of vehicles and come on board. It can have sort of vehicles landing on top and Marines inside. Yeah, absolutely fantastic assault light carrier. And then you've got the Spartan. $80. I think that's more reasonable for a ground vehicle, but still a bit too much. Again, something I'd get in the game. It's hugely overpriced in my opinion. The Terrapin, $220. Doesn't really have its scanning gameplay that we want yet in game. Very tough though as a nut to crack. Valkyrie, $375. Cool dropship. If you want dropships, then Valkyrie is probably what you want. What else have we got? Anything else? There's a 10-year war bond special with the Gladiator. I'm not sure if many people will take that up. There's a for Concierge an Anvil Aerospace complete pack with pretty much everything they've ever made. I don't think there's any special ships on sale today beyond that. Nothing like hull limited or anything. So yeah, that's what's available today for Anvil Aerospace Day. I'm interested to know if you'll be picking anything up and what your experience with 3.19 and Fleet Week has been. Obviously, some people have been having problems. Weird that there were so many NPCs there. I've not seen that during my Fleet Week recording, but so many NPCs, like hundreds. Weird. But yeah, interested to know in your experiences, what you've been having throughout the game. And are you going to be buying anything? Are you looking forward to a different day? Are you looking forward to the Storm and the Lynx being revealed in a few days? Are you going to be going to Drake DefenseCon? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but give him a NordVPN subscription using nordvpn.com/BoredGamer or the links below, and he'll browse the internet more safely and with greater accessibility for a lifetime, or at least until his subscription ends. He can then shop for his own fish from places like Tesco's, Walmart, or Asda or something. It also makes a fantastic gift. Next time you go to a dinner party or a wedding, bring them a NordVPN subscription. Bam! You'll be the talk of the town, and it's certainly better than bringing a fish. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to go further to support the channel, then use that join button under my videos or the Patreon links below. That would be amazing. It goes a long way to helping Zin and I be able to create daily videos, and you'll get some exclusive perks, including some videos, posts, and polls to help guide the channel. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For May, it's for an Origin 400i, the luxury exploration touring ship capable of taking 3 crew to distant stars. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package. To be in for a chance of winning that, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to see you in the verse.